Hey guys, we're back. It's Adrian J. Hogan, Roy Stiles from Johnny Canuck Pod. This is Johnny Canuck Talk on YouTube because you can see us as opposed to only hearing us. Oh, look, it's Mr. Canuck Hand. Hi, Mr.
Yes,
Canuck Hand.
I brought a friend.
That's nice.
Hi guys.
Oh,
I didn't. That wasn't me. He
wow.
talks. I know.
That's
He's good at.
so. Who's your favorite player, Mr. Johnny Canuck Hand?
Jacob Markstrom.
Nice.
It's amazing. He's
Jacob
amazing.
Markstrom. Do you
Yeah.
think that the Canucks have a significant advantage in goal going into this series with the Minnesota Wild?
Yeah. Have you seen the stats? It's not even close. Devin Dubnyk versus Jacob Markstrom. It's like it'd be like Jacob Markstrom versus. No, I'm not going to do that. I like Devin Dubnyk. He's a Kamloops Blazer.
Hey, he's from Blazers.
He hasn't had a very good year, and he's had some other years that were great, but this year just hasn't. When you look at, if we're just looking at statistics, I'll take Jacob Markstrom all day. He's been more consistent. He's done more for his team than Dubnyk. In fact, Dubnyk's actually been a deterrent. It's between him and I think Stalick is the other guy there.
Stalock, yeah. They have a third guy who's pretty good in the minors, but I think it'll be Stalock and Dubnyk fighting it out. My thing with this is, when Dubnyk was in Edmonton, we were cheering for him because he's a guy that we saw in Kamloops and we wanted him to do well. But he didn't do well in Edmonton, and he was traded to Minnesota, who plays a very heavy defensive style, and
succeeded.
Yeah, he did really well there, which we've seen from a lot of goaltenders that play in really strong defensive teams that their numbers change significantly. So
who would have thought?
I know.
That the defensive system makes the goalies do a little bit better.
Yet here, Jacob Markstrom has done nothing but stand on his head and a Vezina-like season performing for a team that is exceedingly porous in their own zone with zone entries and high quality scoring chances. It's a fact. It's the truth. Hopefully this is all being cleaned up over these last 4 months a little bit. But when we're talking about Jacob Markstrom versus Stalock / Dubnyk, I think if the Canucks can tighten it up defensively, it is such a significant advantage.
Oh yeah, I think Jacob Markstrom, I think right now is at a level in his game that Dubnyk was maybe 3 years ago. Dubnyk was an all-star, remember? Like he's played at that caliber, but he just hasn't been there. Minnesota hasn't been as good of a team as they have been in the past, although they're trending up. Actually, at the end of the year, they were making a run to make the playoffs, and I might even argue they might have supplanted Vancouver at some point, just the way that they were going, the way Vancouver was playing, with injuries and stuff like that too. But the Vancouver defensive system, if it was better, if it was a system like Minnesota, I mean, Markstrom would be in conversations for the Vezina for sure.
Yeah,
it's interesting too because they're playing a team tomorrow that arguably this is where system really shows. Like Winnipeg has worse defensive players, I would argue, if you compare them man versus man. Worse defense players than Vancouver, especially after the loss of Bufflin. Winnipeg has their back end is suspect, to say the least. But the way that they play their system, the way their forward support, the way that the whole system interacts, they're significantly stronger in their defensive areas than Vancouver, I would argue. So if Vancouver can clean that up, I mean, Hellebuck is probably going to win the Vezina, and I would argue his defense isn't that great. Vancouver, I think, has slightly better defense, and Markstrom's not going to win but both guys were mentioned. It shows you how good they are. But if Vancouver can clean it up, then I think they're going to be okay. But we'll see. And the first test is against those Jets, so it'll be fun.
That's right. So we've got Markstrom advantage over the Minnesota goaltending, and that's it from us, right?
Yes. Bye. I don't know.